The year was 1945 when a British officer stationed in Kasaragod, Kerala, was strolling around the beautiful Anantapura lake temple, noticed a huge crocodile swimming in the waters of the holy lake. For reasons unknown, he immediately loaded his rifle and shot the animal. When the word spread, the locals were petrified, not just because of the cruelty shown by the officer towards that crocodile, but what may follow after this barbaric act. Locals warned the officer about his life that may now be in danger, as the legend states the crocodile to be a guardian of the temple deity Sri Anantapadmanabha Swami or Lord Vishnu. Brushing aside these claims as just silly superstitions, the officer went on with his life like nothing happened. But after a few days, something was again seen on the waters of that temple. Another crocodile was swimming in that lake despite having no other pond, river, or any other water body nearby. The local priests and villagers were overjoyed as they saw this crocodile to be a part of the divine intervention. But what happened to that officer? Well, turns out that the villagers were right. Unfortunately, the officer who shot the crocodile was dead after a few days from a snake bite. This snake was seen by locals as not just any other snake, but a manifestation of the great serpent Ananta himself, on whose great coils Lord Vishnu rests. But this story is not about the officer or the serpent, but about that crocodile who managed to capture the hearts of thousands of devotees. In the land of Kerala, popularly known as the God's own country, this is the story of Babia, God's own crocodile. In a quiet village of Anantapura in Kumbla town of Kasaragod district, amidst the panoramic background of extensive hillocks, there is a beautiful rectangular lake of about 1200 square meters. Anantapura Lake Temple was built right in the middle of this lake. The temple, vibrant with the divine presence of Anantapadmanabha Swami or Lord Vishnu, located in the northern end of Kerala, is actually believed to be the original abode of the deity of Sri Padmanabha Swami Temple of Tiruvandanapuram, located in the southern end of the state. This is the same temple which made headlines all over the world few years ago because of a massive treasure which was discovered in its hidden underground chambers and the one mysterious door which has not yet been opened. This temple was declared as the richest temple in the world after its discovery. But why is the Anantapura temple of Kasaragod considered to be the original home of this deity and not Tiruvandanapuram? What is the connection between these two places which lies almost 500 kilometers apart? And where does Babia, the divine crocodile, fit in all of these? To find answers to these questions, we need to understand what the legend says about this beautiful temple. The legend of the temple is associated with the great sage Bilba Mangalam Swami, who was an earnest devotee of Lord Vishnu. When the sage meditated on the great Lord in this very temple, Lord Krishna used to visit him disguised as a little boy and played some mischievous pranks on him from time to time. The sage used to enjoy the mischief of this boy and would tolerate on most of the occasions. But one day, when the naughty tricks of the boy became intolerable, the sage got annoyed and pushed the boy aside with his left hand. The boy fell in the lake and immediately disappeared into a cave. The sage then heard a divine voice,
"If you want to see me, come to Anantapura,"
which literally translates to the forest of serpent Ananta. It was then only the great sage realized that the child was none other than God himself. With deep regret, he proceeded through the same cave in search of the boy. Walking a long way towards the south, he finally reached a wooded area, which is the present Tiruvandanapuram. There he had a magnificent vision of Lord Vishnu in a reclining posture. It was at that holy spot the famous Padmanabha Swami temple of Tiruvandanapuram was built. To this day, we can still see a huge cave opening in the northeast corner of Anantapura Lake, which is believed to be the cave where the little Krishna disappeared. Locals believe that this caveway still connects Anantapura to the Tiruvandanapuram temple. The local priests and villagers have always believed in the existence of one crocodile in that temple lake at any given point of time. If one dies, another one appears. But why? It turns out that the previous crocodiles, or Babia, were there for a reason and had a duty to perform. He guards the very cave into which the Lord disappeared and protects the temple deity at the same time. It is in this cave he lives in most of the time, except twice in a day after the noon and evening worship at the temple. Babia appears, eats the food offered to it, and goes back to its cave. It has been claimed that Babia is a total vegetarian and does not do any harm to the devotees or even to the fishes inside the lake. People visiting the temple have confirmed that the fishes are not even threatened by the existence of a crocodile that swims freely alongside Babia. The temple authorities feed Babia a mix made of rice porridge with jaggery and ghee, which is also the offering of the deity of the temple. Babia can also be called a curious devotee too. Babia has been seen from time to time casually strolling inside the temple complex to get a glimpse of the great Lord as well. She pays her respects and gets back in the waters. It's because of her acts like these she became very popular very quickly. Devotees come from all over India to have their luck tested in the hope for a teeny tiny glimpse of this divine crocodile. But unfortunately, like all good things, the legend of Babia was also coming to an end. According to temple priests, when they called out to Babia for the food, he did not show up for almost 2 days. They couldn't even find him when they went out looking for him. Then on Sunday, October 9th, 2022, they found Babia's lifeless body floating in the lake. After the news broke, the devotees of the temple in Kasaragod and nearby areas gathered in large numbers to pay their last respects to Babia. Hundreds of devotees were seen praying to the crocodile when its body was placed in a mobile freezer. Few hours of meeting between the temple officials took place to decide on the kind of procedures to be conducted for the divine soul. After some time, a unique announcement was made which was never seen or heard anywhere in the world before. The temple authorities had agreed for a Bhu Samadhi or a earth burial for Babia. This type of burial is considered to be the most sacred and of the purest form, which is usually reserved for the sannyasis in the Hindu order. And surely, for someone as Babia, this 8-foot-long divinity deserved only the best. Babia had a long list of fans and admirers. No one knows how the crocodile, which locals claim never harmed anyone, came to the temple pond and who named it. But after its death, there is only one thought that can be seen lingering in everyone's mind and hearts. It's been almost 8 months since Babia died, but to this day, no successor of Babia has been seen in that temple pond. We don't know if we will see a crocodile ever again in that lake, but devotees and temple officials are confident that the deity would soon send another one of its great guardians. For them, it's just a matter of time. When hope is combined with devotion, it surely becomes a force to reckon with. A force powerful enough to change the laws of the universe, along with the potential to manifest anything, even something like the next divine crocodile like Babia, which we are all waiting patiently to see it swimming in those holy waters once again. Thank you so much for tuning with us today for another episode. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, and do not forget to subscribe to Sacred Encounters. These things really helps us a lot. We'll see you all next time. Thank you once again, take care, and know this, that you are awesome.